this video wouldn't be up now if it weren't for you guys, because 2 of you guys commented on my video. I did not expect that. I just thought no one would view it, and then I was just like, no one's gonna view it. It's just a typical review. What? 2 comments? That says something. That says something. So I decided to review The Two Towers. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. So Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers is the second installment of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and it picks up right where the Fellowship of the Ring left off. The ring I actually used yesterday for the ring, it's actually a tire with duct tape around it. Just saying. Almost everything I've said in that review applies to here now, other than it's not a slow start. The Two Towers is perfect and it's great, like the first one. But I do have one complaint, and it's not it doesn't really affect how the movie's made, but it is that I was reading The Fellowship of the Ring yesterday, and there's something in the book that happens that doesn't happen in the movie. Which, I know my mom's read all 3, and she told me it comes up in the next 2. It's not entirely book to screen, it's more of the book is to screen, I guess. Well, the thing is that there's a lot of things that are left out. Nothing important, but there are things left out. And I will have to move on, because I hate insulting Lord of the Rings. So The Two Towers is great, and that's because it's really dark. It might be the darkest in this trilogy. It doesn't end the dark... Like, it doesn't hit the darkest tone in the trilogy, but for the overall tone of the whole thing, it's the darkest. Because it's all, like, it's kind of the end of this trilogy. It's really dark. Now, The Two Towers was my favorite of these Lord of the Rings movies, probably for the longest time. Then I grew more onto The Return of the King. But this movie, it was just my favorite for the longest. Mainly because I did not know which one was my favorite. I was like, I like The Return of the King, I like The Fellowship of the Ring, I like The Two Towers. And I picked The Two Towers because usually the second installment into a trilogy is the best. Take The Dark Knight, the Dark Knight trilogy, The Dark Knight's the best. The Empire Strikes Back is the best of the Star Wars movies. Which I'll actually review every Star Wars movie soon because Solo's going to Blu-ray. And I was like, hey, I don't want to wait till December to review Star Wars stuff. But for the most part, this is a phenomenal movie. It's the second installment into this phenomenal franchise that for the most part, everybody was worried about. They're like, can you do that? Can you actually film all 3 movies, the one a year, and then it work? It turns out it works. Like, really well. It works really well. Because over everything I said in the first Fellowship of the Ring review almost applies here. This movie is emotional. It's dark. It has some of the best CGI for a 2000s film I've seen. It is epic. It is great. It is the second installment into this perfect trilogy. Meaning, it's pretty much a perfect movie. I have barely any complaints on everything. This movie's awesome. It's fantastic. The tree, if I remember anything, Tree Ents, yeah, those are awesome in this movie. So yeah, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers is the second installment into a perfect trilogy. I'm gonna give Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers a 10. Trust me, if you didn't see that rating coming, then you can't predict any of mine. Alright, so which is better, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, or The Fellowship of the Ring? I think The Two Towers is better. Barely better. If I were to say my favorite movies of all time, all 3 of these are all lined up, maybe in my top 10. What do you guys think on The Two Towers? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. I got some more stuff coming towards you guys. I believe I might review 3 Identical Strangers just in the near future. That'll just be in the next week or so. Alpha, all that stuff. It's all great. See you guys next time. Goodbye. Why do I do that?